I'm here right now with Stress at the ULOL Campus Series, I think is what it's called.
Yeah, ULOL Campus Series Finals here at PAX East.
See, there we go. You can do the intro. And you don't live in North America, you live in Europe. Why are you here?
I am here because last year I got to work on NACC, and it was so cool that I was like, hey guys, do you need any help for ULOL? And they're like, well, we've got all of our casters, but I originally joined Riot as an observer like a year and a half ago, and they were like, hey, we need observers. I was like, hey, I definitely want to come to PAX East, check things out, help out where I can. And you know, collegiate has always been something I've been involved with throughout my very early career in esports. It was all about university stuff in the UK, so I'm happy to help at any chance.
I mean, let's talk just a little bit about that, because this is such a, I've heard a lot of people say that you couldn't have something like the NACC or the ULOL event in Europe because university just isn't really set up for that kind of thing in Europe. Do you think that what's happening here could actually occur over there?
So I think it's a little bit different. I wouldn't say it could never happen, but the way that NACC, now ULOL, is run here, it's kind of controlled a little bit more centrally within Riot, whereas in Europe you've got a few little things. You've got the Newell in the UK, and then it's kind of all spread apart. So without, not a governing body as sorts, but somebody bringing it all together, I think something on this scale is a little bit more difficult to do and doesn't quite have the same kind of support. I mean, there is support for sports teams and that kind of thing in the UK and in Europe, but when it comes...
Not like collegiate sports, right?
No, exactly. There's not like what do you call them, scholarships. Yeah. There's not that sort of thing in Europe. It's not quite so deep-seated, whereas in America, everybody's like, let's play football at a college level, let's play like basketball. Everything's about college-level sports.
So MSI is coming up to shift a bit from college. I don't know very much about G2, because admittedly I do a poor job of following EU LCS. Typically, I find it to be the lesser of the two LCSs, and I'm always like the primo LCS. So, teach me everything I need to know about G2 so that I can cover them in Shanghai.
Everything you need to know about G2 right now is that they are a very young and hungry team. Okay. I mean, maybe not all of the players are that young. I mean, we've got Kikis, he's been on other teams, Emperor, Trick, but this, as an organization, is an organization that's making it look. Maybe have the best first split a team has ever had, especially in Europe. I mean, they took MVP, rookie, coach, they won the split in Europe. They have a much different play style to a lot of other European teams, a little bit faster, a little bit more fighting to begin in a lot of their games. And, I think they've got something to prove, especially when you look at a young player like Perks. On his first time now going up against international competition, he's got to deal with, spoilers for those of you that didn't catch the LCK finals, he's got to deal with Faker now. A lot of people are expecting the Rocks Tigers to come through, but SKT obviously with their performance. So that's a matchup I'm looking forward to. Unfortunately, I think it's got to be Faker favored. Every time we see a European team that is fairly fresh go to an international competition, they at least learn a lot and grow a lot. I mean, I look back at Fnatic from last year, their performance. I don't know whether G2 can replicate quite the same thing, but certainly I'm expecting G2 to put up a good fight and get through that first round and get Europe that first seed spot. Maybe not one of the other regions outside of first seed.
Well, how well do you think they're going to do against CLG?
Oh, that's a tough one, because I never really know how to read CLG, because they just play like Tristano with Rageblade and Stixxay carries, and I'm like, I don't think that should work in every game, but apparently it does. Right. I think CLG have had a good split, and they're looking at a decent level, but I think it's so unpredictable for G2, because we've counted them out time and time again, being like, we're not sure about Kikis, we're not sure about this, but I think deep down, G2 can put up a good performance and probably beat CLG, but if anything, I think that's just going to be one of the most interesting matchups.
Do you have anything you want to say to the Reddit commenters when I make that last line, the headline? The CLG fans, the NA fans.
Yeah, well, the thing is, I always invoke the wrath of NA fans as it is. Yeah. I invoke the wrath of some TSM fans during the Immortals series, so I don't mind it so much. There's got to be a bad guy, I guess. Yeah. I'm willing to be that guy for now, but honestly, I think it's just going to be super exciting. It's a clash of styles as well. I mean, you got G2 G2 were playing a little bit like Rocks Tigers light, nowhere near the same level, but the same kind of play style with the set plays. Unfortunately, that wasn't enough to beat SKT, so we'll see.
Stress, I'd love to have you say something to your fans. I'm not going to let you do that because I just got the Riot PR wrap-up thing. So you're done.
Thanks, man.
See you later. You can check out the rest of our coverage of all things esports at Yahoo Esports.